What's up, guys? We got one here from Alpha Anthem. She regrets asking for divorce after her husband hands her divorce papers. Before we get into it, you can hit that like button, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. That'll help out the channel. But let's get started.
Even just 5 years ago, I didn't understand how people who could love each other so much to get married and have kids and build a life together just throw it all away like that. But something never felt right with me. Something never felt right with my relationship. It was always confusing. Do I believe he loves me? Yes, I have no doubt he would absolutely kill for me. But when it comes to nurturing and loving someone and like wanting to bend every will in your body for them and desire them or just take them out or make them happy, know their littlest things that make them smile.
You know, another person who thought marriage was going to be some never-ending love fest. Do I believe he loves me? Yes. He would absolutely delete someone for me. I mean, well, isn't that just a baseline for every action movie ever? I mean, John Wick loved his dog enough to take out half the Russian mob, but you don't see him getting weepy about why his wife didn't smile at his nurturing energy. I mean, seriously, you want him to bend every will in his body for you. You know, men don't want to bend. They're not yoga instructors. They're out there bending over backwards just to keep the house bills and family together. If you're looking for a guy who's constantly trying to make you smile like you're a princess in a rom-com, maybe you should have married a golden retriever instead of a human. Actually, I just heard from the dogs and they decided to pass. So it's looked like it's cats for you.
And then I started paying attention to things that he was saying. The one example that always stuck out in my mind was when he described his uncle's relationship with his wife. His uncle was kind of a Rolling Stone type of guy, never really had a home. And he met his wife and he said just how he dances with her and grabs on her and loves her. I could just tell that she was the one, that he just loves her so much. That's an odd thing to say to a wife that you don't dance with, hug, grab, or touch on. And I think little things like that throughout the years. And when he loved me, God, he loved me so hard. But then the next day, it felt like we were roommates.
She's mad because her husband didn't dance with her like his uncle did with his wife. I mean, that's the oldest trick in the book, idolizing some dude's relationship to justify emotional daydreams. You know, meanwhile, back in reality, your husband is just exhausted from the daily grind. You know, when he loved me hard, but the next day we were like roommates. Have you ever thought that maybe that's because he's juggling life's responsibilities? I mean, after a long day, Netflix and chill doesn't include a salsa dance-off. You know, men need space to decompress and not to be on a 24/7 cuddle duty. You know, honestly, hearing her complain that love feels like being roommates just shows how little people understand what long-term relationships are. You know, I mean, welcome to the real life where love doesn't always look like a Nicholas Sparks novel.
Every time I brought this to his attention, the problem was always me. I could never be together. You know, I had to go back to therapy. I had to read all the self-help books, and you wouldn't believe how many I have read. And I have them all. I will show you. And I even went to school for psychology. So I studied this shit. I became obsessed with it because I was convinced that if I just did the right thing or said the right thing, that he would fall madly in love with me. It was never one gigantic thing. I wish it was. I wish I could be like, he cheated and I hate him. Does he love me? Yes. Is he in love with me? No. Going into the unknown is scary. I didn't even know I was ready until it actually happened. It was intuitive.
So when in doubt, it's always the woman's fault. You know, this goes both ways for men and women. Gotta fix yourself, read more self-help books, take therapy sessions if you were the one malfunctioning. I mean, it's like people think if they tweak themselves enough, they'll crack the code to a perfect partner. And honestly, no amount of psychology degrees or Oprah-endorsed books are going to make them suddenly fall madly in love with you if they're already emotionally checked out. You know, you can't study your way into a man or woman's heart like it's a college exam. You know, men are simple creatures. If we're not into it anymore, no amount of psychoanalyst is going to change that. You're not a project he can fix, and he's not some machine you can rewire.
Yesterday I told my husband I wanted to be separated from him, and people keep saying sorry, and I'm only crying right now because that was probably the hardest thing I've ever done. I truly thought I was gonna be with him forever. And I still love him so much, and I wanted it to be different, but it's not. It's okay to be upset. This is 17 years of my life we're talking about. Somebody I shared children with, who I built a life with. So yeah, say sorry, but also say congratulations for also being really fucking strong. Because that was not easy.
17 years, kids, a house, and a whole life together, and she still wasn't sure he loved her the right way. Now, if you're sobbing after asking for a separation and people are saying sorry, they're just trying to be polite. You finally took a plunge and admitted it wasn't working. I mean, yeah, it sucks, but if after nearly 2 decades you're still searching for validation in your marriage, I mean, congrats for finally figuring it out. I mean, here's the thing, marriage isn't always about those fluttering heart feelings. It's about survival, trust, respect, and yes, sometimes being like roommates. So when people say sorry, smile and think, nah, I did what I had to do. Yet if a man does this, he's called every name in the book. And when a woman does this, it's empowering, boss babe, you go girl move. So here's the harsh reality. Women like this lady get sold a fairy tale about love, and when the fireworks fizzle out, they panic. It's like men have to constantly keep up this Disney prince act, or else they get hit with this roommate accusation. So what do men do? They peace out. We're seeing more guys join the passport bro movement for a reason. They're tired of bending to impossible standards set by romantic ideas even Hallmark movies can't live up to. You want to know why the divorce rate is hovering around 50% in the US? And by the way, women initiate around 70% of them. It's because people think love should always feel exciting and fresh. And it doesn't. So guys are taking their passports and looking for women in cultures where they're respected for who they are, not how often they dance in the kitchen. Ladies, adjust those expectations. Love isn't always passion and fireworks. It's steady, practical, and sometimes boring. Men, if your partner is more interested in therapy sessions than a relationship itself, you might want to grab that passport, because no self-help book is going to fix what modern dating has broken. Anyways, guys, if you like what you've seen today, hit that like button, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Drop me a comment down below on what you think. I'm always interested in hearing your thoughts. And until next time, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.